Have you ever noticed that the moment you decide that you're going to improve your life and just know that this is going to be great, things don't suddenly get easier? They actually get harder. Not impossible, just harder. Cravings get louder, excuses show up earlier than they did before, and your schedule, just somehow gets really busy. And you start wondering, wait a minute, I thought this was supposed to help me. Why does it feel like I'm fighting uphill? And I know you don't want to struggle. None of us do. We want we want it to feel smooth. We want it to feel natural. We want to wake up one morning and just magically be disciplined and focused and consistent. We want to skip all that awkward part, right? We want to skip that messy middle. We want to skip that feeling where you're doing the right thing, but it doesn't feel easy yet. But that's not how growth works. Stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to share today's affirmation, like I always do, and a simple tip that's really helping me handle those moments when things feel difficult. Rhonda Dillard here, rebuilding my mind and transforming my health with simple habits and cutting-edge wellness tools. And I'm so absolutely fabulously thrilled that you're here. One of the most powerful ideas that I've been learning, I've heard of this from Brenda Burchard a long time ago, but it really is sinking in right now. It comes from Brenda Burchard, and it's so simple, but we don't ever think about it. Honor the struggle. Not avoid it, not fight it, not pretend it's not there. Honor it. Because struggle doesn't show up when you're stuck. Struggle shows up when you're stretching. It shows up when you're building something new. It shows up when you're breaking old patterns, old paradigms that have been with you for years. It shows up when you're becoming the person you said you wanted to be, right? And I know that's not always fun. Trust me, I know. Sometimes it is frustrating and sometimes it's uncomfortable. And sometimes you think, I just want this to be easier. I just want this to feel normal. Well, stick around. I'm going to tell you how all that works. I just want to stop thinking about it so much. Because here's the truth. If it already felt normal, you'd already be there. You'd be that person that you want to be. Most people hit that struggle and assume something is wrong. They don't think this is too hard. It isn't working. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. I mean, that's what they do think. And that's exactly the moment that progress starts, when they're thinking it's too hard, when they're in their head, you know, I'm not cut out for this. I'm not good enough to do this. I'm not smart enough. I'm not brave enough. But because, they understand what the struggle means, okay? The struggle is not a stop sign. It's not because they can't do it. The struggle is the signal that you're growing. It's like learning something new, right? At first, it feels awkward and yuck, and you have to think about every single step, and you have to do it more than twice, and it takes effort, and it doesn't flow. But the awkwardness isn't telling you to quit. It's telling you you're learning. And the same thing happens with your habits, and the same thing happens with your mindset. The same thing happens when you decide that you're done starting over. You begin to feel resistance, and instead of saying this isn't working, you can think about it and start saying this is part of it. When you shift that meaning, everything's going to change for you, because now the struggle doesn't scare you. It doesn't surprise you. It doesn't convince you to stop. It becomes something that you expect, something that you recognize is coming, something that you move through. You start saying, okay, this feels hard, but that means I'm moving forward. Something very powerful happens when you do that. You stop fighting that discomfort. You stop trying to run from it. You acknowledge it. You say, okay, well, this is growth. This is me stretching. This is me stepping into something new. You don't need to fix everything at once. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. And you just need to make the next right choice. And if you've been with me the past few days, that is something that I'm really loving, is thinking about the next right choice. Because that's how you move through struggle. One decision, one step, one small moment where you choose to go forward, even when it's not easy. The funny thing is, what feels hard today starts to feel familiar tomorrow. And what feels familiar tomorrow actually becomes comfortable later. How many times have you done that transition? And suddenly you're doing things that used to feel impossible without even thinking about it. You're choosing differently without a debate, right, in your head. You're showing up without that resistance. And you're moving forward without needing motivation. That's how transformation happens. Not all at once, but one honored struggle at a time. Now, here's today's affirmation, and I hope this helps you with this. I honor the struggle, knowing that what feels hard today is moving me closer to the life that I'm creating. Be sure and read it and write it and say it over and over, because repetition is the key. And you don't have to write it down, because I'll put it in the comments for you. I honor the struggle, knowing that what feels hard today is moving me closer to the life I'm creating. That life, that your dream life that you want. Because when you say this over and over again, repetition will build that belief. And the belief helps you keep moving, even when things don't feel easy. Now, one thing that really is helping me right now, and I've been doing this for a long time as well, but this is something that definitely has kicked in and is doing something that feeds my soul before I actually get out and tackle the day, before the noise and all the decisions have to be made, before that struggle shows up. For me, it is doing a reading from Jesus Calling. This is the book Jesus Calling. I love this one. And it's just a short daily reading, but it centers me. It really slows me down. And it makes me think. It reminds me who I am and where my strength actually comes from. It sets the tone for everything that follows. And I'm actually trying to remember to post it in my stories every day, that day's reading. So if you like to start this habit with me, you can follow along and use it as part of your own routine. I hope you love it. Because when you start your day grounded, the struggle doesn't knock you off balance so easily. You're calmer and clearer, and you're more steady. Instead of reacting to difficulty, you move through it with intention. You don't need to eliminate the struggle. You just need to stop letting it stop you, okay? Honor it, move through it, and keep showing up. Because what feels hard right now is building the version of you that won't have to start over again. Now, tomorrow we're going to talk about something closely related, because it actually comes from the same video that I got this message from. Pain versus progress. And it's kind of the same idea, but it's presented a little bit differently. And why actually so many people quit right before things start working. We say, you stop running at the 5-yard line. Remember that I've been talking about scheduling your hard stuff. Whenever you have something hard that you want to do, like mine is I want to start my exercise program. I meant to do it a few days ago, and I got busy and I just didn't do it. Why did I do it? Because I didn't schedule it, right? So I have scheduled it for this evening at 9. I'm going to walk while Mike's watching TV, so we can so I can get that good 2 or 3 miles in and feel better and feel and know that I've started a good streak for my exercise. And then whenever that 9 o'clock time comes around, I have to remember that I have to make the next right choice. So schedule the hard stuff and make the next right choice. You've got one life, honey. Make it the life you were meant to live. Make it the one you've always wanted to live. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you so much for being here. Be sure and in the comments say something to me. Say hello. Say where you're coming in from so I know that you stopped by. Thank you. Have a great evening.